Okay, so it is Carlos the Dwarf back here again doing my Let's Play for Defense Grid 2. Had a few technical issues with my with my videos recently. I've been having some problems with OBS, so we're going to have to redo some of these levels. I've already got golds on them, so I'm just going to show you how I did it. So we're going to start with Sandstorm, which is a relatively easy level, and you can get a pretty good score with a very small amount of towers. So I'm going to do that now. These are my towers. I've got some of the upgrades on them. I'm just going to add the tachyon beam to my laser. For gun, I've gone with scatter shot. I'm not sure how that goes. We'll see how it does though. And this is a really good level because it's pretty simple to get a very high score here without much work. So you'll see how that goes in a second. So they're coming up the back here, coming out the bottom here, and you could path them all around here, which might give you a better score. But I've found it's actually significantly easier just to plop down a bunch of towers here and have them run through a very small area.
Attention! Attack! Attack! I say retreat! Retreat! That sounds like nonsense.
Now if we get them through this very small area here,
local AI protector for this
we can run them quite quickly.
Of course you are. You sounded damaged. Are you all right? Well, it is true. I am not fully functioning
And they shouldn't
properly.
get through that
Something
easily.
has interfered with my code. Yes, a lot of that going around. We can talk more about this later. Look, aliens headed this way. Oh, and boost towers block alien paths.
So I've got all my boosts down. So the main thing is we just want to path them around this little area here. And we want to make sure that they're... I'm going to put the concussion here this game. We just want to get them going through here as slow as possible with as much high firepower as we can get. So let's speed things up a little bit more. Just checking my stream to make sure it's still going. Let's go with a double laser this time. Yep, stream is fine.
The question is, if you know anything about lollipops, resonance, or raspberries.
Inferno on the end here.
No. Are you all right?
Okay, put a bit more speed into it now. That wave's down.
I know how it sounds, but I'm fine.
I'm getting a wave bonus for it though. No problem. Temporal goes down next.
Why are you here again? We're here to
And the other thing we want to put down on a couple of these is the shield disruptor. Because these shield guys will get through otherwise.
Well, someone
so there's my bonus.
So
we're going to upgrade the temporal.
That just might complicate.
We'll put the... we won't put the disruptor on there. I'm going to put a score boost under this tower. And a score boost under this laser. That should... Actually, the score boost will go under the concussion. So that should help my score out. And so the last thing we do is put a couple of boost towers up here. And one right here as well.
These boost towers are a gift from the heavens.
Indeed they are. Okay, so there's my level 3 temporal.
Well,
so we're going to use that.
Oh God, not that again.
That should slow pretty much everything down in this whole region.
This could be essential to our victory.
So we've got a pretty wide berth there, but I'm going to put a temporal up the back here just to get this little corner, because sometimes they do come through there a bit too quick.
I'm quite aware of how all this sounds. If you are aware of how
so we want one more cannon here.
Look, I'd rather
and a missile on this one.
You might say something about, say, Schumann resonance. I'm afraid there's nothing to say.
Okay, we should be able to speed them through pretty quick now. This should be a relatively quick and painless level. We'll slow it down once the waves are finished and do our upgrades. But for right now, so there we go. So 2 upgraded cannons. Next one we'll upgrade the lasers.
Schumann resonance effect, though, doesn't work worth a damn.
There's
Unless
two
you have
upgraded
the transmission
lasers.
focusing technology to keep the
And
residents
there's the last
stable
temporal down,
over
which
great
should cover this
distances.
little area. I could probably only need to
And
put it to a level
racing
2
technology requires?
to make sure that it
Everyone knows that.
doesn't cause too many
It's
problems.
the,
And then the last one I'm going to put down is a gun
nope,
here.
nothing.
And the main reason is
Damn
that the
code seems
missile will
just
actually
a flash
extend
from my
down
mind.
to this bridge.
One
So I
step
want to put a
forward
score
and a
boost
giant
underneath it
leap
just to
back.
make sure that I'm not missing out on any extra score. So there's the shield guys coming through. So if I put the disruptor on now, they'll show up a bit more. Oh, I accidentally put the score boost on there. Disappointing. Let's put the disruptor onto that one then. And we'll go for a level 4 cannon. Level 3 cannon, sorry. Got to get this level 4 stuff out of my mind. There's no level 4s, there's only 1, 2 and 3. Green, amber and red. And then the last two towers I put down are a meteor and then a second missile there. So there's the last missile. We'll put a disruptor on this one actually, and then some score boosts on the others. These guys are going to get through a little bit, but they're not going to make it too far back, which is okay. I don't mind them taking the core because he's only going to get back to here. So we slow that down, and now we can get our upgrades going. Upgrade concussion, another upgraded temporal. And I want to make sure I've got my overcharges on the cannons. The next upgrade now will be the Tesla here, because that will, with the shield cracker, bring down most of those shielded enemies very quickly. So we can see with that wave, they're not even getting over the bridge at this stage. And that's why I wanted that other score boost here to make sure that I keep my score up. I will upgrade that Inferno. I want to put a... I'm going to go with the score boost just to make sure I don't lose any extra points. Okay, so Tesla's upgraded. I'm going to go to level 3 Tesla, level 2 missiles, and a level 3 meteor, level 2 meteor. So we can almost get away with not upgrading any of these towers down the front, but these back ones will all need to be level 3 by the end of the map. See then they've not got through that area, so we'll get the laser up. The other one that may help is putting that Inferno up to an amber colour, just to give it a little bit more power before, as they come around this corner. See, those guys barely made any dent. Put the disruptor on the back here. That should mean that any shields that do come through won't have any, won't cause any damage. Okay, there we go. So now I want my level 3 missiles, level 3 concussion, level 3 Inferno, and in a second we'll have a level 3 meteor, and that should hopefully get me to the end of the level without any more upgrades. So here come the shields. The shield cracking on the Tesla has done well. Shields are down straight away. Now we're getting the mass AoE in there from the concussion and the meteor. That's bringing them down very quickly. And those guys at the back haven't made it very far at all. So very quick through there. Overcharge on that cannon. Overcharge on the... I actually put a score boost on that one. That means if anyone does get through, I'm going to get the score boost up the back there. Okay, so we're at level 20 now. Are we on wave 19? Still on wave 19. And I've pretty much got all my towers upgraded. I may end up doing a level 3 on the Inferno down the bottom. And possibly a level 3 on the Temporal. Just to ensure that we're going to get multiple pulses. In fact, I'm going to do that. One of the things I think doesn't work very well with the Temporal in Defense Grid 2 is that it only works on those specific pulses, whereas in Defense Grid 1 you could just let the set temporals down, you didn't have to overlap them, and they would just take anything that came into their little area would be slowed down considerably. However, in Defense Grid 2 it seems like they're only going to be slowed down on the pulses. So, let's see what that does here. Seems to be working quite well. These guys aren't even making it around the back corner here, which is great. One less thing to worry about. So those stealth ones have made it a little way in, but they're not making it too far. Okay, on the second last wave, and we've already hit bronze. Probably looking at a score around 1 million at this stage. Hopefully a little bit higher. These guys are the ones that always cause the most problem in that they're little recharging health. I'm hoping that they'll come get a couple of them knocked down before they can get to the cores. No, see, they've made it out, which isn't a problem because by the time they get back, they're not going to get any. They're not going to get very far. See, they haven't even made it. They don't even make it around the corner. So it's just these last two boys to worry about. I'm already on 978,000. Probably going to look at adding another million onto that, so probably 1.8. But this little kill box here is pretty much all you need to level 11. So there we go. 1.6 million. 1.06, sorry. So very minimal upgrades. I think I end up with about 22 towers or so and about 20 of them upgraded. I've got 12,000 resources left over. Easily getting a gold score on level 11. So there we are, 29 towers, 25 upgrades. Quite a good score, which is probably, I think, puts me in the top 100 or so for this level. So all you really need is that little kill box area, and level 11 is very simple.
Zakara, why have all these local AIs been corrupted, yet you seem to be fine?
Not just me, Fletcher as well. I suppose
is there even competitive Defense Grid, Glenn Reedman? I thought it was only co-op in Defense Grid 2.
One concrete thing I do know is how I can refocus the orbital laser so that
I would probably say that I wouldn't do that well anyway, because as much as I've done well on that level, I've played it quite a number of times, so I sort of know what I'm doing. So that was level